Okay, so this is expressions and formula, part 1, algebraic expressions, and we're just going to have a look at simplifying expressions and how we would do that. So the first type of simplifying that you might be asked to do is to simplify an expression which has add and subtract in it. So for example, 2n plus n, and if you had to simplify that, whenever we're adding, we're really just counting things up. So 2n plus another 1n simplified would give us 3n. We can do it with two variables as well in the expression. So we could have 9c plus 4n take away 2c plus 7n. And to do this, we would just look and find the things that are the same, and they're called the like terms. So each part is called a term. This expression has 4 terms, and we're looking for ones which are like, ones that have the same letter attached to them. So here we've got 9c, and then we've also got take away 2c. The sign that's before the term is the sign that belongs to it. So this take away belongs to this 2c. So altogether, if we've got 9 and we take away 2, we're going to have 7c. And then we've also got 4n plus another 7n. So 4 plus 7 gives us 11n. Things which have squares in them. For example, if we had one like 5 plus 3q minus 1 plus q squared plus 2q, if we were going to simplify this, we have to have a look at what we've got. So here we've got a number on its own, so it can only be simplified with another number that's on its own, and the only other number on its own is minus 1 here. So 5 and minus 1. 5 minus 1 is 4. So our first term in our answer is going to be 4. Then we've got q, so we've got 3q here, and then we've got plus 2q here. This q squared can't go together with the q's on their own, because this is a separate type of term. So squareds and letters by themselves can't be put together. So if we've got 3q plus 2q, that gives us 5q. And then if we've got the q squared here, it's right there all on its own. It's got nothing to match up with because there's nothing else with the q squared in it, so it just gets added on the end. The other type of simplifying that we might have to do is simplifying multiplication of terms. So for example, if we had to simplify something like 3 times p times q, in maths, we don't like writing multiply signs between things. If two things are going to be multiplied, we just write them side by side. So to simplify this, we would just write 3pq. Letters which are different letters can't be multiplied together, so again they just get written side by side. If we end up having two letters which are the same as each other, for example n times n, then we write that as n squared. So n times n is n squared, whereas up above we had n plus n, which would just be 2n. One more example then on multiplying. Say we had to simplify something like minus q times minus 5. Here we've got a q and a 5, which is impossible to multiply together, so we'll just write them down separately. Now, even though the q is first in the question, in maths it's better to write the number first and then the letters, preferably in alphabetical order. So here we've got one number, so we've got a 5, and we've also got a q, so we'll put it down. However, this was negative and this was negative, and according to our rules of multiplying and dividing negative numbers, negative times another negative actually cancels each other out and becomes positive, so the final answer is just 5q.